All right, hello again, everybody, and we're going to go to game two of our KCCL World Series. 1907 Cubs and 1894 Orioles. Looks like Robert had RJO Network had an actual rainout, storm out, whatever, earlier tonight. So it was a Pirates Buccos or a Pirates Giants game, and then kaboom, I guess storms and all that kind of stuff. So Legends has been busy. Everybody's been busy, so I've been kind of just taking a back seat and watching what everybody's doing. But I do want to get this project done. I enjoy it. So here we are, the 1894 Baltimore Orioles over here, and the 1907 Chicago Cubs over here. When we conclude this series, this is a best of seven. Return to the 1934 replay, which, yeah, and some other stuff coming up on the channel, and then going to ease into some other types of gaming as well soon. This is a good time since I don't have any other big projects going while I'm still creating ballparks for 19th century teams, and a kind of thing that we're going to do in Out of the Park. So without further ado, let's get going. That's what's happening. The Shanks League, I guess that draft is coming up. Now it seems like it's changed up a little bit, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. Now I guess everybody's picking a team that they're going to draft. I have no idea. So I guess Big Clue is the guy you want to talk to. If you're in the Discord, then please do. Check it out. And let's just see if anybody else is working on YouTube, because it's certainly been busy for some baseball. Still going to go ahead and keep going through anyhow. It doesn't look like anybody's on right now. Nice. Okay, cool. So, for those of you that catch this later, I hope you enjoy it. And for anybody that might come in later, hope you enjoy it tonight. All right, let's get rid of this little poster card thingy that I made for this. I like to try to get a little fancy when I can. All right. And let's get loaded up here to our KCCL and the Chicago Cubs of 1907. 1-0 lead over the Baltimore Orioles. Let's go. Jack Feaster will be taking the mound for the Chicago Cubs. And Bill Hawk will be pitching for the Baltimore Orioles. Let's do it. All right. Let's look at the starting defense for the Baltimore Orioles. In left field, Joe Kelly. In center, Steve Brody. And right, Willie Keeler. From first to third, Dan Bruthers, Heine Reitz, Huey Jennings, John McGraw, Robert Robinson behind the plate, and Bill Hawk takes the hill. Hawk in this in the overall tournament, a 5.88 under an average, 2 wins, 2 losses, 33 2/3 pitched, 13 walks, 16 strikeouts. Leading off here, player manager Frank Chance, first baseman for Chicago Cubs. And in this tournament, he is hitting .244 with 4 runs batted in, and we're ready to go with game 2. Hawk deals the 0-1 delivery. Fastball swung on, base hit right field, and the Chicago Cubs waste no times. Keeler gets the ball back in from right field, and that brings up Jimmy Shecker. Jimmy hitting it even 200 with a home run and 5 runs batted in. Hawk checks Chance at first. Frank Chance, a base stealer, 35 in 1907. Throws over, Chance slides back, and he is safe ahead of Dan Bruthers' tag. Bill Hawk delivers the 0-1. This one a bunt, a good one. Wilbert Robinson fires down to Heine Reitz, covering and moving into scoring position as Frank Chance. So 1 away for Wildfire Schulte. Schulte hitting .457 with 9 runs batted in. Joe Tinker, by the way, is in the lineup tonight. So we did have a double play the other night, but we couldn't say Tinker to Evers to Chance. So hopefully we'll get to say that tonight. Bill Hawk deals the 1-0 delivery. Curveball. This one, base hit left field. Joe Kelly up with it, and quick throw into third to John McGraw, and that will hold Chance at third. So runners at the corners now. And it brings up catcher Johnny Kling, who's hitting a healthy 368 with 8 runs batted in. Bill Hawk from the stretch in the 2-2 pitch to Johnny Kling. Fastball swung on. Comeback to the mound. Hawk will go to second to get Schulte, but they're not going to get Kling at first. And coming home to score is Frank Chance. So 1 run tallied here at the top of the first for the 1907 Cubs, and it brings up Jimmy Schlegel hitting just 147 with a run batter in. Johnny Kling with just 9 steals in 1907. Hawk brings it to 3-1. Fastball swung on, chopped up the first base line. Bruthers to Hawk on the 3-1 putout, and that retires the side. But Chicago picks up a run on 2 hits, no errors. We've played a half inning. It's the 1907 Chicago Cubs 1, the 1894 Baltimore Orioles coming to bat. Starting defense for the Chicago Cubs: Jimmy Sheckard in left, Jimmy Schlegel in center, Frank Schulte in right. From first to third, Frank Chance, Johnny Evers, Joe Tinker, Harry Steinfeld. Behind the plate, Johnny Kling, and on the mound, Jack Feaster. So Feaster in the tournament with a 2.00 under an average, 2 wins, no losses. He's walked 3 and struck out 5. Feaster with a really, really good record in 1907, a 1.15 under an average, 14 wins, 9 losses, 195 innings worked, 48 walks, and 90 strikeouts. All right, Joe Kelly will lead it off here, hitting 354, 12 runs batted in. Feaster winds and fires. Kelly swings in the first pitch, a gapper to left. Joe Kelly will have himself a leadoff double. So here comes Baltimore right out of the chute as well. Leadoff hitter for Chicago getting on with a single, Frank Chance, and now Joe Kelly with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the first. So tying run in scoring position for John McGraw, hitting a disappointing 209 with 8 runs batted in for him. Feaster throws back, spin throw, and they don't get Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly gets back just in time. Hey, John, how you doing? Welcome in to Game 2 of this little World Series. I hope you're doing well. All right, McGraw in the box now, and here's the 1-0 delivery. McGraw swings, chopper to short, and this will be Tinker to Chance as Kelly has looked back to second. So 1 down for Big Dan Bruthers, hitting 355, 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in for him. Kling sets the target. Feaster deals the 0-2 delivery to Bruthers. Bruthers swings, fly ball, center field. Jimmy Schlegel has it. Kelly tags and holds at second. Just put announcement Discord. Well, thank you, John. I appreciate that. I always forget to do that. I suppose I should. Thank you very much. All right, 2 out, 1 on, and here's Wee Willie Keeler. Keeler hitting 313, 8 runs batted in for him. Kling sets up. Feaster checks Kelly at second. The 1-2 pitch to Keeler. Curveball. This one easy bounce to short. Joe Tinker of Frank Chance, but they have to hurry. Keeler down the line, and they get him by a step. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left in scoring position. We played 1, and it's the Cubs 1, the Orioles nothing. Harry Steinfeld, Johnny Evers, and Joe Tinker due up for the Cubs here in the top of the second inning. Steinfeld hitting 297 with 6 runs batted in. Bill Hawk toes the rubber, winds, and the 1-0. Base hit, right field, and tearing for second is Harry Steinfeld. The slide, the tag, and he is in there. So that's the 3rd hit for the Chicago Cubs, and another runner in scoring position. And here comes Johnny Evers, and these Cubs have been absolutely dominant throughout this entire tournament. So smart money's on the Cubs to take it, but these Orioles have a pretty potent offense. Evers hitting 265 with 4 runs batted in. Glad to hear you're doing well, John. Hawk deals to Evers. Here's the 0-1. Changeup, bunted. Robinson fires to Reitz, covering on the play, and moving to third is Harry Steinfeld. So Chicago looking for run number 2, and that's just 90 feet away for shortstop Joe Tinker. Tinker sharing some shortstop duties with Solly Hoffman, so we haven't seen Joe Tinker in every game. Tinker hitting just 190 with 2 runs batted in. Hawk works from the stretch. Full count on Joe Tinker. And Joe Tinker lays off and draws the walk. This one inside. So runners at the corners. for Jack Feaster. Feaster hitting 286 with no RBI, but 286. He's managed a run scored in this tournament. Hawk deals to Feaster. Curveball. And just a little chopper to Bruthers. Bruthers to Reitz for out number 2. And Steinfeld will hold at second. So 2 on, 2 out, 1-0 your score. And there's Richard Davis. Good evening. And hey, Aaron Reed. Welcome in, guys, to this game 2 of this little World Series. Frank Chance now up, back at the top of the order for Chicago. Singled to right to lead off the game back in the first. Hawk works to the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Chance swings. Comeback to the mound. Hawk fires on to Dan Bruthers. And side retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 left. We go to the bottom of the second. And the 1907 Cubs won. The 1894 Orioles, nothing. Steve Brody will come to the plate, followed by Huey Jennings and Wilbert Robinson. Brody, center fielder for these Orioles, hitting .333 with a home run and 12 runs batted in. They're playing him to bunt. Steinfeld in at third, Chance in at first. Feaster into his windup in the 0-2 pitch. Fastball. Brody just a little chopper. And Chance is going to go to Jack Feaster covering for out number 1. So good anticipation there by the Chicago defense as Huey Jennings steps in. EI hitting .316 with 4 runs batted in. And Feaster wheels and deals. Here's the 1-1. Jennings swings. Fly ball center field. Jimmy Schlegel backpedaling on this one and gloves it for out number 2. Wilbert Robinson having himself a good tournament. He's hitting .333, 12 runs batted in, including a home run. Feaster deals to him now. Here's the 0-2 fastball swung on, chopped first. Frank Chance will take it to the bag himself. So the Orioles go 1-2-3. We go to the top of the third. The score remains Chicago 1, Baltimore nothing. As Jimmy Sheckard will lead it off here. The Cubs left fielder in the box now. Hawk deals to him. Full count. Sheckard chops in this 3-2 pitch. Bruthers will underhand toss to Hawk covering for out number 1. So hopefully everybody's been enjoying all the baseball that's going on by all the content creators here on YouTube. And we got one of them in here. We got Aaron Reed. So do check out that channel and of course all the other great channels here. All right, Wildfire Schulte is 1 for 1. He singled to left. Hawk ready to twirl it. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Schulte sends it to center field. Brody back, and he makes a very, very nice catch in center field. So 2 up, 2 down. Brody with a lot of range out there and a really, really strong arm in that center pasture. All right, 2 away, Johnny Kling, and Baltimore looking to get their first 1-2-3 against the Chicago Cubs. So the last time the Johnny Kling was up, he grounded and Chance scored, making it 1-0, and that is your scoring thus far. Hawk deals, full count to Johnny Kling. Fastball, base hit up the middle. Kling going for second, the slide, the tag, and Johnny Kling, when the dust settles, finds himself with a 2-out double. So Chicago with a runner in scoring position, and Jimmy Schlegel is up now. The center fielder grounded to first, back in the first. Schlegel hitting just .143 as of this at bat. Looking at our weather here, it's 60 degrees with calm winds. Aaron Reed says played another action PC baseball game Saturday from 1991, and Atlanta slaughtered Philadelphia. Hawk deals to Schlegel, the 0-2 pitch. Curveball, and this one line to center. Brody will take that one off a tall blade of grass, and that retires the side. So we go to the bottom of the third, and the score remains. The 1907 Cubs won. The 1894 Baltimore Orioles nothing. Welcome in, Cousin Ken Castro. All right, Heine Reitz will start it off here, followed by Bill Hawk in the back of the top of the order, and Joe Kelly here in the bottom of the third. Reitz hitting .321 and 14 runs batted in this KCCL. Feaster deals to Reitz. The 2-0. Reitz cuts on this one. Chopper to Evers. Evers tosses on to Frank Chance. So for the 4-3 put out, and 1 up, 1 down. Bill Hawk, 0 for 13 in this tournament. Feaster winds and deals the 0-2 curveball swung on. Chop to second, and it's Evers to Chance again. It's a 2 up, 2 down here, and Joe Kelly has the lone hit for the Baltimore Orioles, and that was a double back in the first. And just as Frank Chance did in the top of the first, leading off with a hit, as did Joe Kelly. Feaster deals to Kelly, the 1-0. Kelly swings, grounder to first, and this one's going to be Chance to Feaster. So Baltimore goes good morning, good afternoon, good night. We go to the top of the fourth. It is still 1-0. The Orioles need to start bringing this explosive offense to bear as we enter the middle third of this game. All right, Harry Steinfeld has 1 of 4 Chicago hits. He doubled to right center back in the second inning. Hawk winds and deals the 0-2. Change up. This one chopped to second. Reitz bobbling the ball, but recovers and tosses on to Bruthers. Great job out there at the Keystone sack by Heine Reitz to hold on to that ball and save an error. You certainly do not want any of these Cubs. A lot of speed on both sides of this team. Baltimore a little faster, but Chicago has just been absolutely dominant. No trouble really with any teams. The Cleveland Naps came close to giving them somewhat of a challenge, but that's it. All right, here is Johnny the Crab Evers hitting .265, 4 runs batted in. Base is empty, 1 down. Bill Hawk deals the 1-1 base hit up the middle. This one over the head of Heine Reitz into center field. Steve Brody up with it into shortstop Huey Jennings. So Johnny Evers aboard. And if you guys remember a few weeks ago, I read something that Johnny Evers wrote about how the time and everything it would take to throw a runner out at second. Johnny Evers, a very, very, very intelligent man, and brilliant look at the inside game. And you don't see a lot of players these days talking about anything except contracts. So Evers aboard, and a good leadoff first he has. Here's Joe Tinker, walked back in the second. Hawk checks Evers at first, and here's the delivery. There goes Frank Chance. Here's the throw down. Heine Reitz gets the tag down quickly. So Robinson up gunning, and Heine Reitz, good heads-up play. So 2 outs, bases empty. Joe Tinker back in the box, and the 1-0 delivery. Fastball swung on, grounded to second. John McGraw, the long throw across the diamond, in plenty of time to retire Joe Tinker for out number 3. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The score remains the same, 1-0. Welcome in Steve Tate as he says, "Go Cubbies." All right, here we will have John McGraw, Dan Bruthers, and Willie Keeler. McGraw grounded to short back in the first. They're playing McGraw to bunt, and McGraw is an excellent bunter. So Feaster deals to him now, the 2-2 pitch. Fastball, hard grounder to short. Plenty of time for Joe Tinker to fire onto Frank Chance. So John McGraw, 1 up, 1 down. And Baltimore, once again, stymied, but just behind 1-0. But they need to break out against this Cubs team and pile up a lot of runs. Jack Feaster is no pushover. Dan Bruthers fly to center back in the first. Kling sets the target. Feaster with the deal, the 1-1, and this one lined hard to center. Dan Bruthers cuts first and makes it into second, standing. So that's the next extra base hit here. Second double, actually, for these Orioles. Now on the tying run and scoring position, Legend Sports Universe. He says, "Good evening to everybody. Welcome in, Legends. Exciting stuff happening on the on Legend Sports Universe, the Franchise Stars Baseball League. We are into the championship series now, and excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. So no spoilers. Good games on there, guys. Check it out." All right, Keeler 0-for-1 in the contest. He grounded to short back in the first. Keeler, the master of the Baltimore chop, and could foul balls off all day. Hence the institution of the foul strike rule, thanks to the diminutive Irishman standing at the plate. Feaster deals to him the 1-1 to Keeler. Curveball. Keeler swings, and this one, oh, diving stop, and from his knees, Tinker fires hard onto Frank Chance to retire Keeler. So 2 down. Bruthers remains at second, and it's up to Steve Brody to try to score him. He grounded to first. You don't like to say it in the middle of the game, but the way these Cubs have played throughout this entire tournament, time could already be running out for the Baltimore Orioles. Chicago would be taking a 2-0 lead back to the west side of the city should they win it today. Feaster deals to Brody, the 1-1 pitch, spitball, and this one, a high bouncer to short. Joe Tinker gets it on a bad hop, and still staying with it, is able to get out number 3, so no runs, a hit, no errors. We've played 4 in this game. We're just 22 minutes in, and we're already going to the top of the 5th. And it's 1-0 Chicago. Yeah, Legends games are great to watch. They really, really, really are. As Jack Feaster leads it off for Chicago, back at the top of the order, Frank Chance and Jimmy Sheckard. Hawk deals to his mound opponent. The 1-2, Feaster swings, come back to the mound. Bill Hawk to Dan Bruthers. This has been excellent defense on both sides. And Hawk relying on this defense. Of course, not an overpowering strikeout pitcher or anything like that. All right, we go back to the top now. And Frank Chance is 1 for 2. A single and grounded back to Bill Hawk, his last time up. The 2-0 pitch. Fastball. This one, base hit. This one under the glove of Huey Jennings into left field, and speedy Frank Chance is aboard with 1 down. And Jimmy Sheckard will have a go. He has bunted out and grounded out. Hawk deals. And there goes Frank Chance. The throw from Wilbert Robinson. This gets by Huey Jennings into center field, and Chance slides in under the John McGraw tag. Potential second run 90 feet away for the Chicago Cubs. Jimmy Sheckard back in the box, and the 0-1 pitch to Sheckard. Fastball swung on to the right side. Bruthers has it, underhands it to Bill Hawk to retire Sheckard, but the run scores. Frank Chance coming home, the peerless leader. It's now 2-0 Chicago. Baltimore's just managed 2 hits off Jack Feaster. Chicago 6 hits off of Bill Hawk. 1 error in this game committed by the Orioles so far. Chicago stranded 4 men, and Baltimore 2. Frank Schulte, who's had one hell of a World Series and a tournament, has singled and flied out. So 1 for 2 for Wildfire. Bases empty and 2 away. Hawk deals the 2-1 pitch. And this one, hard grounder to third. McGraw gloves it, fires to Bruthers. And this is going to get past Dan Bruthers, but he keeps it in front of him and holds Schulte at first. So that's an error for Little Napoleon out there. 2 away, and no, that's not his 72nd error of the tournament. These are using actual seasons. So, all right, Johnny Kling has himself an RBI and a double in this game. Schulte leading off first. Hawk checks the runner, and Kling swings. This one line to left. Joe Kelly has it, and back to first goes Schulte, and they thought he trapped it, and the umpire said he caught it, so that ends the inning. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-0 now, and it will be Huey Jennings, Wilbert Robinson, and Heine Reach. Jennings flied to left center last time up. And there's Bernard. How you doing, Bernard? There's another great channel there to check out. Bernard doing all kinds of Red Sox, 1918, 1912, 1950. All over the place. Just about every baseball sim you can imagine. All kinds of stuff. So definitely check out his channel. Jack Feaster dealing to E.I. Jennings, who is 0 for 1. Count even on Jennings. And a swing and a miss on that fastball. Steal right 3. So Jack Feaster here in the bottom of the 5th picks up his first strikeout. Feaster not a big strikeout pitcher. Wilbert Robinson grounded to first back in the 2nd. He will dig in on the right-hand side. Feaster winds and lets it go. The 0-2 curveball. This one grounded to Steinfeld. Steinfeld sets and fires onto Frank Chance. 2 up, 2 down. Heine Reitz grounded out his last time. A lot of ground balls off of Jack Feaster today. Here's the 2-1. Reitz sends this to right field. This one, it's about the deepest ball hit in this game, but Frank Schulte camps under it and makes the catch. We go to the 6th. Chicago 2, Baltimore nothing. Again, should Chicago win this one, will go to the Windy City on the west side with a 2-0 lead in this best of 7. And Jimmy Schlegel is nothing for 2. As Bernard says, he's doing great. Awesome. Always like to hear that. Jimmy Schlegel 0 for 2. He's grounded out and line to center. Hawk deals. The count even at 2-2. And a little bounding ball up the middle. Reitz, good play ranging to his right, fires to Dan Bruthers for the 4-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down now for Harry Steinfeld. The Hawk corner man has doubled and grounded out. Hawk winds and deals. The 0-2 fastball swung on. Grounded to third. McGraw with a long throw across the diamond. And a little bit of extension there by Dan Bruthers to take care of Mr. Steinfeld. And here comes Johnny Evers. Evers is 1 for 1. So he sacrificed in the 2nd and singled in the 4th. Evers ready. Hawk deals the 0-2. Evers swings on this one. Grounded to 2nd. Reach to Bruthers. And the Cubs go 1-2-3. And we go to the home half of the 6th. Still 2-0. As Bill Hawk will lead it off, followed by Joe Kelly and John McGraw. So these Orioles, who've been explosive throughout this tournament, have hit the brick wall of these Windy City West Siders. Feaster with the 1-2. And this one, a swing and a miss. Steer right 3. Jack Feaster picks up strikeout number 2. Aaron Reitz is uploading a new video to his channel. A Tony La Russa 3 game last night and the 1996 edition. Looking forward to it, Aaron. Awesome. All right, back at the top of the order for Baltimore and Joe Kelly. He has doubled and grounded to first. Feaster deals the 3-1 to Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly lines this one up the middle, base hit. And Jimmy Schlegel coming in, gets the ball on the bounce and fires it to shortstop Joe Tinker. So the speedy Joe Kelly aboard 46 steals in 1894. John McGraw, let's see if there's going to be any sort of hit and run play or sacrifice. Mr. McGraw has grounded to short twice. Feaster deals to McGraw. Fastball swung on. Chopped to Tinker, to Evers, to Chance for the inning-ending double play. And we head to the 7th inning. Still 2-0. Let's look at the pitching line for Bill Hawk. He's worked 6 innings, given up 6 hits, 1 earned run, and 1 walk. And we'll look at Feaster at the bottom of the 7th. All right, it will be Tinker, Feaster, and Chance due up. Joe Tinker has walked and grounded to third. Bill Hawk winds and deals the 2-1 fastball swung on. This one lofted to right. Keeler back a bit and gloves it for out number 1. Jack Feaster now grounded to Bill Hawk, the pitcher, last time up. Batter stands in. Hawk deals the 1-2 pitch. Feaster cuts on this curveball, sends it foul on the right-hand side. This one will make the seats. Keeler giving chase. Count 1-2 now as Feaster is back in the box. Hawk delivers. Feaster swings, straightens it out. Grounder to Reitz. Reitz to Bruthers in the 4-3 putout. So 2 away here, and we're back at the top of the Chicago order for player manager Frank Chance, who's 2 for 3. 2 singles in this game. Here's the 0-1 twirl. And this one grounded to second. Heine Reitz onto Dan Bruthers. The Cubs go 1-2-3. Middle of the 7th, it is 2-0. is Aaron Reed once again channeling his inner Harry Carey. So let me hear you good and loud. All right. Would be probably Harry's great-great-grandfather at this game. All right, here we go. Dan Bruthers, Willie Keeler, and Steve Brody, the number 3, 4, 5 hitters, due up for Ned Hanlon's Baltimore Orioles. Dan Bruthers has fly to center and double to right center. Kling sets, Feaster deals, the 1-1. Bruthers cuts in this curveball, chopping grounder to second, Evers to Chance. 1 up, 1 down. Time definitely running out for Baltimore here in this game 2, best of 7. Willie Keeler, nothing for 2. Grounded out twice. Feaster deals the 0-1 to Keeler. Curveball swung on. Grounded to Joe Tinker. Joe Tinker sets and fires to Frank Chance. And the speedy Keeler will go back to the bench. 2 up, 2 down here for Steve Brody. Feaster pitching an absolute gem right now, a 3-hitter. Steve Brody has grounded out twice. Feaster into his wind. Here's the pitch, and Brody gets a piece of it, fouls it back. Count 0-1. Feaster deals again, and hits Steve Brody. And the boos all over by the Baltimore faithful here. So Brody aboard, and yes, the sharp right among you were ballpark, but League Park in Cleveland. Couldn't really find a ballpark for these 1894 Orioles, so just thought play it here as well as anywhere else. All right, Huey Jennings, nothing for 2. Later on, and out of the park, we're going to be doing a 19th century and dead ball thing. 19th century teams in one league and dead ball teams in the other. But then the ballparks I'm making for the 19th century probably include an action PC. Since we have to use our imagination. Yes, we do. All right, Brody aboard with 2 down, and Steve Brody does have wheels, 42 steals. So the tying run is Huey Jennings now, and he is nothing for 2. He has not grounded out. He has struck out and flied out, however. Feaster throws over Brody, dives under the Frank Chance tag. Here's the pitch now to Jennings. Cut on, grounded deep to short, and Tinker will go to Chance, and they get Huey Jennings for out number 3. We go to the top of the 8th. Chicago still leads this one 2-0. And it will be Jimmy Sheckard, Wildfire Schulte, and Johnny Kling. So the Chicago left fielder, he has grounded out. Well, he actually has a sacrifice and grounded out twice, but does have himself an RBI, and that was back in the 5th. And scoring Frank Chance, making it 2-0 Chicago. Robinson gives the target to Bill Hawk, who does the 1-1 business. Fastball, base hit, right field. This one lined past Heine Reitz into right field. Willie Keeler, Steve Brody converging. Keeler up with the ball. So Jimmy Sheckard aboard with 31 steals in 1907. So speed on the base paths for Wildfire Schulte, who is 1 for 3, singled back in the 1st. Hawk checks the runner, throws over Sheckard, safe. Good sweep tag there by Bruthers, but Sheckard able to get the spike on the bag before the tag fell. Hawk deals now. Schulte swings. This one bunted to Hawk. His play will be to first. Heine Reitz covering on the play. Jimmy Sheckard moves into scoring position at second base. 1 away now for Johnny Kling. Hey, there's Todd B. Yeah, thanks. Nice to be on, man. Everybody's broadcast schedules have just been so busy. I've just been kind of like, cool, watch everybody else's baseball. So thanks, Todd, for coming in. Got to see a little bit last night in Legends game. Good stuff. Always good to see you. All right, Johnny Kling, 1 for 3. Has an RBI and a double. Hawk deals the 1-2 pitch. And this one is smoked to left. Kling is going to have himself an RBI double as Jimmy Sheckard comes in to score. And it's not looking good for these 1894 Orioles. It is now 3-0. Jimmy Schlegel in there. Schlegel 0 for 3. Bill Hawk checks Johnny Kling at second and sets and delivers the 0-2. Come back to the mound. Hawk off the bump to his right. Fires on to Dan Bruthers for out number 2. Johnny Kling will hold second. Harry Steinfeld, now hot corner man for these Cubbies, comes up. He is 1 for 3. He's doubled and grounded out twice. Bill Hawk, 3-1 pitch. Fastball missing. Ball 4. This one just outside. And now here's Johnny Evers batting with 2 down. Evers is 1 for 2, and his last safety was a single in the 4th. Kling at second, Steinfeld at first. Robinson out to have a quick word with Bill Hawk, now back behind the dish. And the 0-2 to Johnny Evers. Evers and grounded to third. John McGraw bobbling the ball out there, and the bases are loaded. So John McGraw with another error in this game. And the bases are sold out. Johnny Kling at third, Harry Steinfeld at second, Johnny Evers at first for shortstop Joe Tinker. Tinker has walked, grounded out, and flied to deep right. Although, kind of hard to call it deep right. This is League Park. Very, very tiny right field there. Hawk deals the 1-0. Fastball swung on, fly ball to left, and Joe Kelly has it in his sights and makes the catch. Could have been a lot more damage that inning, but the Cubs manage another run on 2 hits, 1 error. They leave them loaded. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and it is 3-0. Todd says if Legends and I don't, I haven't done MLB The Show for a while. I'm not going to do MLB The Show while Legends is doing his World Series, even though I don't broadcast it. I'm going to wait. But yeah, but if you are going to get it, Todd, get a PS5, because it's my understanding the vaults, I don't think, and Legends could correct me, but I think with PS4 there's some limitations, and one of those might be the vaults. I'm not sure. Waiting for the Beatles Dead Ball Major League MLB League. Well, I have to learn a lot more about MLB The Show before I attempt something like that, but it is something I would like to do. And MLB The Show is a little dead ball league. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yep, absolutely, PS5. You're going to get better graphics, and I'm predicting that you're going to see more next-gen games, and I think, MLB The Show, there's a lot of people in the community wanting MLB to come out now for next-generation consoles, and I think that's... I don't have any inside dope on that, but I wouldn't be surprised within a year or two that they're just going to release it just for PS5. So, but yeah, definitely pick it up, Todd. Again, they're usually on sale. You can get one for about... I got mine for like $320 or $330 or something like that. And you don't need the version that, with discs or anything like that. Just get the it's just a great console. And this coming from a PC gamer. Really, really like it a lot. I mean, I have a PS4 as well, but I haven't used it in like 2.5 years. But I hope you get one, Todd. You will absolutely love MLB The Show. It's so awesome. All right, Wilbert Robinson is grounded out twice. He will start things off here in the bottom of the 8th. Baltimore needs to get something on the board. Just a whole bunch of goose eggs up there. All right. Jack Feaster winds in the 2-0 pitch to Wilbert Robinson. Fastball swung on, base hit, right field. And Frank Wildfire Schulte gets it in there. So that's hit number 4 now for the Orioles. Could this be the beginning of something beautiful? Who knows? Heine Reitz is 0 for 2. He's grounded out and flied out. Wilbert Robinson, 12 steals in 1894. Feaster checks the runner. The 1-2 to Reitz. Reitz swings, fly ball to center field. Jimmy Schlegel camps under it and makes the catch, stymieing the otherwise throaty roar of the Baltimore faithful assembled here today at the Ball Orchard. There, was that Florida enough for you? I hope so. All right, Bill Hawk now. He is grounded out and struck out. Legend says that his project started because his PS4 bit the dust. Nice. Yeah, I like what you're doing. I think an out of the park baseball would be interesting to try something like that, but I don't know how you would arrange something like that. But nonetheless, we've got legends doing it up, doing it differently, which is why we like to try to do things a little differently here too. So very, very nice. All right. Dwayne Martz, there's another busy channel. Subscribe to that one. Check out all the great baseball going on Dwayne Martz YouTube network. He did a game today. He at least did one today. Probably did some more. So definitely catch that excellent channel. Doing 1961 using APA and Digital Diamond Baseball as the companion, if you will. All right. So here we go. See, the Cubs don't look like they're playing hawk to bunt. Here's the 0-2, and this one, strike three called. So 2 down now and back at the top of the order for Joe Kelly. Joe Kelly, really the only highlight for these Baltimore Orioles. He is 2 for 3. A double and a single. Feaster deals now to Joe Kelly, and pitch out, nothing going. Robinson couldn't get a good jump. Feaster throws over. Robinson slides under the tag. He is safe. Gets up. Dusts off the infield and leads off first again. Feaster with a check of the runner and the 1-0 to Joe Kelly. Curveball, base hit, left field. And the Orioles trying to get something going here. Jimmy Sheckard up with it. Fires it in to Joe Tinker. And Wilbert Robinson perched at third. So 2 out, 2 on. John McGraw would certainly love to make up not only for the errors, but the big 0 for 3. He's grounded out twice, and then in the 6th grounded into a double play. Baltimore would like to tally one here in the bottom of the 8th. Feaster from the stretch in the 1-2 to McGraw. McGraw swings. This one fouled on the left-hand side. Jimmy Sheckard gives chase, and this one will make the stands to a comely young lady, the great-great-great-grandma of Natalie. All right, the count 1-2 now as Little Napoleon is back in the box. Feaster from the stretch. McGraw swings. Base hit up the middle. RBI. And Wilbert Robinson will come in to score. Jimmy Schlegel up with it and going around second and into third is Joe Kelly. And the Baltimore Orioles here in the bottom of the 8th finally tally one. It is 3-1. So Dan Bruthers represents the tying run. Joe Kelly just 90 feet away. Bruthers has flied out, grounded out, and doubled. Kling has a word with Feaster back behind the dish. Here's the delivery. Bruthers swings and hard comebacker to the mound. And, I mean, Feaster does a great job of spearing that little bullet, and that takes care of Baltimore in the 8th. Baltimore does pick up a run on 3 hits, no errors. And we go to the 9th. It is 3-1. Legends. And there's our consigliere. Gary Sorrell is in here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see everybody here tonight. All right, Chicago here in the 9th will send up the number 9, 1, and 2 batters. Jack Feaster, Frank Chance, and Jimmy Sheckard. This game just approaching 45 minutes. Actually, not even the game itself. So the game is about 41 minutes old. All right, don't know if Bill Hawk is running out of gas here or not. We'll see what happens. Feaster nothing for 2. Bill Hawk winds and deals the 0-1 pitch. Fastball. Feaster sends this one to right field. Willie Keeler back toward the 340 sign makes the catch. So 1 up, 1 down. And back at the top of the order for the peerless leader, Frank Chance. He is 2 for 4. Has himself 2 singles. Bill Hawk deals the 3-0. Fastball misses. Ball 4. That went in the dirt. All right, here's Jimmy Sheckard batting with 1 down. Sheckard 1 for 3 in the contest. Chance very, very fast. Big lead off first. Hawk with a check of the runner. fires home. There goes Frank Chance. The throw down by Wilbert Robinson will not be in time. Huey Jennings with the tag, and Frank Chance picks up stolen base. So potential for Chicago run in scoring position here in the ninth as Bill Hawk deals. They're going to intentionally walk Jimmy Sheckard to get to Schulte to try to set up the double play. Schulte 1 for 3. Hawk with the check of the runners and the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, and this one, the corner for extra bases. Joe Kelly giving chase. Coming around third and scoring will be Frank Chance and Jimmy Sheckard. And we usually say no lead safe in the dead ball or 19th century, but I think the Cubs have game number 2 sewn up, but we're going to finish it out, of course. All right, 1 out. Schulte at second, and I think we're going to go ahead and bring in a pitcher. I usually don't do this, but I'm always a little how the AI does 19th century in this. Usually does pretty well, but yikes. Yeah, so pitching is the Achilles heel of these 1894 Baltimore Orioles. I think we'll bring in Duke Esper. Let's bring in the lefty. Bill Hawk's day is done. Esper needs to get out of this inning to see if any sort of something amazing can happen in the bottom of the ninth. Esper deals. Kling swings, grounded to short. Jennings will go to Bruthers for the 6-3 putout, and Schulte will remain at second. Esper needs to get one more out here. Jimmy Schlegel has grounded out 3 times and lined to center. Esper from the set, and the 1-1 twirls it to Jimmy Schlegel. Grounded to Huey Jennings, diving stop, and able to get up and fire onto Dan Bruthers to retire Jimmy Schlegel. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors for the Chicago Cubs. And they lead this 5-1. And it will be Willie Keeler, Steve Brody, and Huey Jennings due up. Feaster scattering 6 hits in 8 innings of work and just touched for 1 run. Keeler grounded to short 3 times. Oh my God. So legend says that Sheckard, another guy who was really strong in his all-time league and out-of-the-park baseball, every time, Jimmy Sheckard, just every sort of dead ball thing that I play, whatever, Jimmy Sheckard is, no matter the game, Jimmy Sheckard always does great. Always does a great job. Tell you, guy I'm impressed with, legends, is Harry Bay for Cleveland and what he was doing with Larry Doby out for the season, right? I mean, Harry Bay, guy's got some speed. All right. So was Keeler going to ground to Joe Tinker one more time? We've had 1 Tinker to Evers to Chance. That's it in this game. 0-1 to Keeler. Curveball grounded hard to Frank Chance, who takes it on a hop. And that's 1 up and 1 down. 2 outs to go here in game 2. Steve Brody was plunked by Jack Feaster back in the 7th inning. The 2 exchanged some words, which would be rather polite, just exchanging words in this era. Feaster winds and deals the 2-1. Brody swings this one. Base hit up the middle. Schlegel plays it on the hop, fires it into Joe Tinker. So the speedy Steve Brody aboard, and striding to the plate is Huey Jennings, but this might be a little too late. Jennings nothing for 3. Feaster checks Brody at first. The 0-1. Huey Jennings swings this one, grounded up the middle. Evers to Tinker, but there will not be a throw to first. So 2 down in the fielder's choice. Huey Jennings on at first. Jennings pilfered 37 in 1894. And here's Wilbert Robinson, 1 for 3. Here's the 1-2 by Jack Feaster. Robinson swings hard. Grounder back to the mound. And that does it as Feaster fires on to Frank Chance. And the Chicago Cubs take a 2-0 lead. So not a lot to talk about in this game. Jack Feaster Uh, One of the reasons for the Cubs' dominance has been Jack Feaster. In this entire tournament, he is now 3 wins, no losses. Bill Hawk drops to 2 wins and 3 losses for the 1907 Chicago Cubs. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors for the 1894 Baltimore Orioles. 1 run, 7 hit, and 3 errors for the Cubbies. Frank Chance goes 2 for 4 and 2 steals. Joe Kelly for the Baltimore Orioles went 3 for 4 with a double. Looking at pitching here, Jack Feaster went 9, 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned and struck out 3 and has a 1.67 earned run average in this tournament. Bill Hawk tagged with the loss. He went 8 1/3, 9 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, walked 4, didn't strike out anybody, and his ERA at 5.57. Duke Esper worked 2/3 of an inning and finished with a 3.60 earned run average. We'll quickly look at the miscellaneous. Not a lot going on in this game, really. John McGraw with 2 errors, 2 of the 3 Baltimore errors, actually. Wilbert Robinson with the other one. Stolen bases, it was the Frank Chance show. 2 stolen bases for him. Johnny Evers was caught stealing. Johnny Kling with 2 RBI in this game. Wildfire Schulte with 2. Jimmy Sheckard picking up an RBI. John McGraw had 1. Jimmy Sheckard intentionally walked. Steve Brody plunked. Sacrifice hits. Johnny Evers, Jack Feaster, Frank Schulte, and Jimmy Sheckard. Joe Tinker making 2 great plays out there today. Steve Brody, Huey Jennings, and Joe Kelly also flashing their leather. Poor plays by Steinfeld and McGraw. Chicago stranded 9. Baltimore stranded 6. Chicago turned the game only double play. The game-winning RBI. Johnny Kling, and the MVP, Jack Feaster, who really pitched a wonderful, wonderful 7-hitter. So there we go. That is it. This game is over at 53 minutes and 12 seconds. All right, so we are now, when we come back to do this again, we'll be heading to Chicago, Westside Park, where the Cubs holding a 2-0 lead. You don't want to be Baltimore going there, so this could be over in a couple days. We'll be back tomorrow night for some more of that. You're very, very welcome, Bernard. You know, these Orioles have played amazing baseball, though. I mean, no matter how this is going to end up. You know, again, way back in round 1, they took care of the 1907 Tigers 2-1. In round 2, in what was a precursor to the First World War, a 3-2 victory over the 1885 Chicago White Stockings. But that was crazy. I almost want to play these 2 games again, these 2 teams again, just as an exhibition. In round 3, they took care of the Providence Grays 4-2. But these Cubs are they're just ridiculous. Just ridiculous. Swept the 1919 Reds in round 2. They got a bye in round 1, and beat the 1908 Cleveland Naps 4-2 in round 2. And they are almost there, 2-0. You're welcome, Legends. You're welcome, Ken. Thank you, everybody. Bernard says he's on tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Yep, Westside Park is indeed before Wrigley Field, so the Cubbies were not always Northsiders. As Legend says, the Orioles need some 2023 Orioles. Wow, how about them, right? So almost all season, the American League East, Tampa Bay holding on to first, but now look at Baltimore. Go, 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 go. Cubs win, Cubs win, Cubs win, says Aaron Reed. All right, Legend Sports Universe says the National League Championship Series Game 3, the Giants at the Cardinals, coming up shortly. Good. Be nice to watch some baseball. Cardinals try to avoid being pushed to the brink. Joe McGinnity, the Iron Man for San Francisco, against Max Lanier for the Cards. Ooh. Yeah. And, wow. Well, Aaron, Legend has a game coming up, so I'm not going to be doing anything. I hadn't planned on a doubleheader tonight. Thank you, Dwayne. It's a great game. So let's get out of here and get ready to go to Legend's house. Thank you to Dwayne Morris. Aaron, we will do a game this week. Definitely, definitely. Okay? So, Dwayne Martz, YouTube Network, subscribe to that one. Aaron Reed, subscribe to that one. Legend Sports Universe, subscribe to that one. Ken Castro, Heart and Soul with this channel. Bernard Strom Sports Replay. Subscribe to that channel and check it all out. Gary Sorrell, thank you for coming in. Signore Sorelli. Todd Beef, thank you, my good friend, for coming in. Always good to see you. And I think we pretty much got everybody. Steve Tate came in and gave us a go Cubbies. Richard Davis was with us tonight in the ballpark for a while. Thank you. And John DFW here. Thank you, buddy. And First in the Park, and posted the announcement Discord that we're going live. So good night, everybody, and hope to see you over at Legend Sports Universe, Giants, Cardinals. And there we go. Until then, live baseball, love it, breathe it, digital it, cards and dice it, everything. It's the true faith. Until next time, guys, see you around the batting cage, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I truly mean that. All right, bye now.